Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Griffin here, and today we're going to be looking at the results of mining Ethereum for over a year with a 3 GPU mining rig. Now, I've made a series of videos in the past talking about my mining rig, different metrics such as monthly returns and things of that nature, but in my last video, I got a couple people basically mentioning that they were expecting different information in the video. So today we're going to be going over those metrics, looking at basically the monthly ROI of the mining rig over each and every month since I've been mining Ethereum. And obviously this is going to be different every single month because the amount that I mined is different and the actual price of Ethereum fluctuated quite significantly over the last year. So essentially I'm going to be averaging out the amount of coin mined with my mining rig per month, and then I'm going to be giving you guys an ROI per month since January of 2018, and finally a cumulative ROI as of February 2019, which is this month. Alright, so straight off the bat here, we can see that pretty much since I've been mining in January of last year, the charts for Ethereum have been trending downwards ever since, which is obviously going to have a pretty significant impact on the ROI of the mining rig that I set up back in January. However, since the beginning of 2019, there has been some significant trading volume for this coin, which has allowed the price to hover between about $100 USD and about $150 USD. Now, if you're looking for information about what I think Ethereum is going to look like in the coming year in terms of trading volume and price, I actually have absolutely no idea. So if that's the type of information you're looking for, then this is not the right video. I'm simply going to be giving you my experience mining Ethereum with a 3 GPU mining rig since January 2019, what type of ROI I experienced with my own rig at home. So this is strictly a factual video based on how much I mined and how much I could get for the coins at a certain point in time given the market value of Ethereum. Alright, so here are the numbers for the amount that I mined and the ROI on a given month that I was talking about over the course of essentially a year and 2 months. So as you can see here, I put the price of Ethereum, this is all in US dollars by the way, for the middle of every single month. So obviously, as you can see here, it's gone down significantly since I started mining back in January of 2018. And then pretty much as of November 2018 all the way to February of this year in 2019, it's been hovering kind of at the same price as I talked about earlier. So now this figure right here is the total amount of coin that I mined with the 3 GPU mining rig since January 26th of 2018. And if you want to see more about that, I have other videos on my channel where basically I show you the entire interface that I use and the mining software with ETH2 miners, the pool, all that. So if you're interested in that information, go check it out on my other videos. But this right here is how much I mine on average per day. So I took the total amount mined and I divided it by 394 days, which gives me 0.006074 Ethereum mined per day, which is really not all that much, as you can see. So now for this row here of cumulative amount mined, I took basically the amount of days in every single month that I mined and I multiplied it by the amount of coin mined per day. So in this month right here, January, it's a 31-day month and I started on the 26th of that month, so I only did 6 days. And moving forward on this row here, you can see that I took February, so 28 days, multiplied it by this number right here and added this value here. And as I continue going, the same thing, so 30 days times this plus E7. So this is giving you a cumulative amount mined all the way up to February, which is this month where I'm posting this video. And you can see that this is the total amount of actual coin mined. Now the next row here is cumulative revenue, where I basically took the cumulative amount mined and I multiplied it by the average price of Ethereum on the middle of each and every month. So once again, you can see that as I continue mining more and more here, it doesn't necessarily correlate with a higher cumulative revenue because the market fluctuated significantly and went down. So at the beginning when I started mining, it went up significantly all the way up to a peak of about a value of $500 US in revenue. And as we continued mining here all the way up to February, we now only have a value of about $328 USD of revenue. Now onto the second last row here, which is cumulative profit. If you've seen my other videos talking about my mining rig, you would know that I live in Quebec where electricity costs are extremely low. So I basically calculated here that about 95% of what I mine is profit, For you, however, if you're in another part of the country, or if you're in the United States or another country in general, it might be significantly higher to the point where it is not worth it whatsoever. So you would definitely have to look at the electricity costs for where you live. But once again, for me in Quebec, we have among the cheapest electricity costs in the entire world. So once again, I just took this value here of how much I mined in terms of revenue and multiplied it by 0.95 for about a 5% cost attributed to the whole mining rig. Now finally, the last row that we have here is ROI on a given month. So essentially I just took the profit and I divided it by the actual rig cost and multiplied it by 100. Actually, I didn't multiply it by 100 here, but this is essentially a percentage. So in the first month, for example, I essentially had a 1.5% ROI. Second month, 6.8% ROI. And as we continue going here, all the way up to February of this month, my rig is only mined enough at the current market value to give me a 12.5% ROI roughly on the entire value of the rig. So finally, as multiple people have pointed out in the comment section of some of my past videos, it really does not seem like mining Ethereum is worth it whatsoever at this point, even with electricity costs for me being extremely low living in Quebec, as I've said previously. So for anyone thinking of setting up a mining rig, the only glimmer of hope really would be having the price of Ethereum itself go up in the coming months, which is kind of a really high gamble, and I would not recommend it whatsoever. For me or for anyone else who's already set up a mining rig, at this point I'm just mining because I already invested in the actual rig. But for anyone thinking of actually doing it themselves, think about it this way: a 12.5% ROI after over a year of mining is definitely not worth it, and you could for sure put your money at a better place and get a much better return on investment. So on that note, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, it really helps me out, and consider subscribing to the channel if it interests you. So on that note, I'll see you in the next video.